guess we just have to complain for a little bit. And I really need to validate something right now, so I figure why not tell a bunch of people about it. So, last week, I was looking for jobs, which is kind of difficult because I only am free on the weekends. I understand this. So, I decided to go to Mall of America, lots of businesses, to see if they are hiring at all. And there's this kiosk that sells stuff. And they have a help wanted, so I give them my number. There's no application. I just write down my name and my number, and I'm like, it's kind of weird, but, they're new. Maybe they don't have, forms yet. So, I get a call in the next couple of days, and they're like, hey, I saw that you wanted to work. Can you come on in to train? And I'm like, sure. So I go in. Takes like an hour to get there, but I go in, and I say, hi, and he's like, hey, just, show me what you can do, see if you can get people to come and buy things. I'm like, oh, okay, is there like a form I should fill out or anything, like W-2? And he's like, no, don't worry about that. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe I don't need to do that until I actually start working. So I do that, goes fine. He says, can you work this weekend? I'm like, yeah, sure. So, turns out I couldn't work until later on Saturday because I had an audition. And so he's like, okay, just don't worry about it. But right after my audition, he says, hey, he sends me a text message, hey, can you come in? So I go in. It takes like an hour, but I get there. And, I put on, I'm supposed to put on, and, start working. And there's no place to write when I came in, like, no punch card, no, like, anything. And I ask again, I'm like, hey, do I need to fill out any work forms? And he says no again. I'm like, that's weird. Okay, fine. So I stay there, and I start talking to some of the other employees, and a couple of them are foreign, so there's a little bit of a communication barrier, but not all of them are. And I said, hey, how long you been working here? Did you have to fill out anything? And do you know when we get paid? Da da. And it turns out that no one's been paid yet. And granted, this is supposedly a very new place, so everyone had only been working there like a couple of weeks. But still, like, no one knew when we got paid or how we got paid. They don't have any of our information to pay us. And the whole time I'm just like, what? Like, this seems really sketchy, right? Like, how come no one else has asked any questions about this? So, I only work for a few hours because he's like, okay, the mall's done, you can go. And I come home and I'm just like, I'm so confused. This is weird, right? Like, I'm not like a job snob where all my other jobs have been like, you need this form and we need this information and here's your time card, here's the numbers you have to punch in to make sure this is the exact amount of hours. No, they're just like, oh, you got here for, okay, but what? No, this is, so I'm very concerned because, I mean, it seems like a great, like, it's not a hard job. I really don't have to do a whole lot, and it's, they will let me work when I can work, but I'm just very concerned that I'm not going to get paid. It's just so, it's incredibly frustrating because when I left yesterday, he said, hey, are you available to work tomorrow? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, when do you want me to come in? He's like, oh, I'll let you know. I'm like, okay, so is that the morning? Like, will you need me to come in really early? Do I need to, like, wake up at a certain time? I keep my phone on, like, high volume, so I wake up if someone texts me. I don't, I sleep in, nothing happens. Figure, oh, maybe they'll need me this afternoon like they did yesterday. It's like it's 4 o'clock now, and I haven't heard anything. No, like, oh, no, you don't have to work. Yeah, come in. Nothing. Like, literally nothing. Ugh. So, I sent an email to the company, like their webpage, and I sent an email to the mall. So I'm really hoping someone checks in on this, because I mean, I don't know, I'm just really frustrated, because now I have to look for another job, because this isn't gonna work. Anyway, okay, well, thank you for listening to my rantings, and I'll let you know if this is super sketchy or not.